Now coming to the type of data, basically what type of data you can use in Excel. So we have already seen that we can use the alphabetical data, since now we are using alphabetical data. After that, you can use the numerical data. You can also use the alphanumeric data. Okay, you can also use the symbols, the special characters. Okay, so all these kinds of data you can use, like you can also use words, alphabets along with the symbols, or numbers along with the symbols. So you can use any type of data, you can write any type of data in Excel sheet. Okay, so what happens, basically there is a very basic thing, that whenever you need to use any formula, how would, let's say I can write sum in Excel, correct? So how does Excel will know that rather than writing a sum, I want to apply a formula, that is the sum formula. For that purpose, the very basic thing we need to implement in Excel is equal to. That whenever you need to apply any formula, you will need to start with equal to, and then you need to write anything. So now if I'll write sum, then it will provide me a, when I'll start it from equal to, then only it will understand that we are going to apply a sum formula. Okay, then when I start writing it, then it provides me an option that which sum formula I need to implement. Then I used to press tab, and then I can do what, I can give them the numbers, that what numbers I want to add. Okay, I pressed it, I closed the bracket and then pressed enter. Then I got the thing now. Okay, so this is the thing what we basically use. Now here you can do what, we can broadly learn everything. Like after coming to this part, coming to this simple data. Okay, this is the number. Now here there is a number group, right? In the number group there is a drop down option. Before this drop down option, I can provide you some information about these. Like this is the currency, if you want to change it into any currency, so this will help you by default. Coming to this part, this is the percentage, so it will change this particular number only into percentage, and this is providing you that changing this particular normal number into a counting form. Okay, so it will change you with two decimal digits, put in comma in the difference between thousands and lakhs and this kind of thing. Then this is basically, this is used for increasing the number of decimals you need to consider, and this is used for decreasing the numbers after decimals. Okay, so now coming to this drop down, what we can do one thing, that here we can put any date, here we can put any data, and then we can see the changes after providing it. Like it was a general number first, now whenever you turn it to number, so it will change you into numbers by putting decimal and two zeros. After that, if you want to change the currencies, so it will change you into a currency. Now AED, basically it is for dirhams. uh, uh, right now I am in Dubai, so that is why by default it is taking as AED. So it's in dirhams. Okay, now you can also change the currencies in dollar or euros, anything, and also there are more options are there. So rather than going through this, you can go to any kind of like um, currency. Okay, so you can select any currency. So here you can see that there is rupee sign as well. Okay, so you can also use this rupee sign, so it will use as the rupee symbol. Okay, so you can use it as your rupee symbol. After that, what basically, this is the currency and the accounting, there is no much difference in between that. So after coming to that, there is a short date. Short date means, like what happens basically, that this is a very big number, but what if I'll provide you this, so you can see that this is the short date we have provided. Why? Because Excel starts calculating the date from 1st of January 1900. Okay, let's say if you write it here 1, and you will change it into a short date now, so it will be 1st of January 1900, because Excel used to start counting the dates from 1st of January 1900. So whatever number you will provide to this particular Excel sheet, what it will do, it will start counting the dates and it will provide you the date from 1st of Jan 1900. Okay, it will start counting from 1st of Jan 1900, and then it will provide you the date as per the number of days you have spent. Okay, so this is the form. Now coming to the short, after the short date, you get a format of a long date. After that, there is a time. Basically, it matters only when there is a round between of 12 hours. Okay, so basically this is used whenever there is a date and time both are available, or else there is a percentage. This will change it into a percent. Normally just multiplying it by 100, just because for getting a percentage we need to multiply it by 100, so it just multiplies it by 100. Now coming to this fraction. Now fraction is will work when your number will be in decimals, like 12.5. So if you want to change into a fraction, so you can see that manually you can write it not 12 12 whole 1 by 2, right? So that is what here in the fractions also it will be writing 12 whole 1 by 2. So rather than writing it into decimals, it will write it into fractions. So these are some different options. Like in text, whatever you need to write, in scientific functions you need to write. What basically the most important thing you need to learn is number formatting. From here, you will be learning what? Number formatting, like how you need to format your data, how you need to provide a specific formatting to your data. These are the different formats against which we have already learned. Now, what we need to learn, that how to provide a format, a specific format, right? A specific format in the sense that let's say whenever you enter into some institute, or whenever you go to any seminar or something, so you get an ID card, right? And that ID card has the unique ID of yours. Like in a school also, you do have your registration number. Not, I'm not talking about the roll number, just because the roll number for every session, like every class would be the same, right? But whenever you get into the colleges, so your registration number, or whenever you are in the schools, your registration numbers are unique, right? For example, whenever you go for the board exams, so in that board exams, your roll number is unique. Correct. First, it should be Henry Harvin, like HH. Then it should be a 1, 2, 3. And then there should be some any numbers. Any numbers can be like, but that should be up to only what? Length of around 5. Let's say there is 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be the number what is happening. So let's say if your number is someone's is 1, someone is 2, 3, someone is 344. So how would I be able to provide HH in front of all of them? And also I need that, let's say if it is 1, then it should be like this now, like HH. Then I know there will be 4 numbers and there is only 1, so it will be providing it like this. Correct? This would be the correct way. Right. So how would I be able to do this particular column in such a format so that it will provide me that number? So first what I'll do, I'll just select this particular column. Now going to this, there is a arrow you can see this for the number formatting. So we'll select it here. Now you have already gone through all these things: number, currency, accounting, date, time, percentage, fraction, scientific, whatever. But now what you need to do, go to custom. Custom means customizing anything as per your requirement. So you just went to custom. Here you will see the general data. So you will erase the general one. Now what you need to do, to provide any fixed data, you need to provide it within double inverted comma. What you need to do, if you want to provide any fixed data, then you have to do it within double inverted comma. So what I did, I just started double inverted comma, I put it as HH, then I closed it. Okay, after this HH, what I want 4-digit numbers. Correct? So I'll press 1, 0. Now this particular 0 is a variable used for a number. Okay, now variable means variable should be from infinity to negative infinity. Correct? Like if it is a zero, I'm not saying that single zero is for single digit numbers only. It is a variable. Variable means this zero can be replaced by any number, right? So any number can be in millions and billions, whatever it is. So then I want 4-digit numbers. So by obviously I need to provide at least 4 zeros. Why at least 4 zeros? Just because in case I will provide only one variable, that is a single digit number, then the other three places should be filled with zero. Like understanding my part, because I want 4-digit numbers always. So that is why I am providing Excel what keep bro, if I am providing you a single digit number or 2-digit number, then please fill the other two with zero. Okay, that is what I am providing it. I just provided 4 zeros and then I provide okay. So within this particular column, whenever I write anything now, it will write with HH, you can see. But it will be implemented until unless I don't write it in alphabet. Because in that format, I didn't provide any space for alphabet. I have provided a zero as variable numbers. That is why it has provided the data whenever I provided numbers. Like here also, if I press 1, 2, 3, so it will provide the same format because I provided zero as variables of numbers. Now you must be asking that, okay, sir, then for the variable of alphabet, what should we provide? So for variable of alphabet, we should write at the rate. Okay, at the rate. Now what that does means, so basically, let's say within this particular column, I just acted like number formatting, went to custom, and here I provided. Okay, I can provide multiple or I can provide simple one also. So I provided it. So here if I'll say now, you can see now it is providing the same thing, correct? Not at all compulsory that you will only fix what? You will only fix a alphabet. You can also fix a numerical as well. I have fixed what? Numerical, and then they have just made the changes. Whatever I need to do that whenever you want to fix anything, you need to write it in double inverted comma. And if you want to provide any text variable, so you need to provide at the rate. And if you need to provide numericals variables, so you need to provide zero. Like here, you need to provide the custom formatting. You provided at the rate, then you provided fixed one, and then you provided zero. So after that, basically it's not updating like together. Earlier it was available, but I guess in MS Office 365 it's not available. So here if I'll say that ABC123, I'll apply. So yeah, it is implementing automatically. Like whenever you are applying alphabet, so it automatically provides you a space for providing these numbers as well. Okay, because Excel used to update alphanumeric numbers as well, right? So whenever you write, once you have written alphabet, then it never becomes a number, right? So it won't be providing you a what a data as in numerical form. Once a data has been added with the alphabet, so it will be a alphanumeric thing. So that is why it is at the rate and zero is not implemented together. Okay. That was number formatting. After the number formatting, like there are different tabs you can go through. This is the style tab. We'll be learning that how we need to follow. Conditional formatting is one of the very important tools we'll be learning further. But before that, formatting it as a table. So like before going to that, we need to change the cells. So like selecting it, we have defined cell styles. You can select any of the cell styles and you can see that the designs are changing as per this cells we are selecting, right? So these are the things on the basis of what we can just change the style of our cells. Okay. From here, you can make your own style as well. Like here you will get an option which format you want to change, what are the numerical things, what is the alignment you want, which font you want, what is the border, what is the color filling you want. All these things you will be able to implement easily and you can create your own style. Okay. so that once you have saved your own style, so you can implement it there. Rather than that, we'll be learning all these things. Like there is insert tab. In the from the insert tab, you learn how to insert all the objects. All the objects in the sense inserting the pivot tables, normal table, illustrations in the sense the pictures, shapes, icons, 3D models, smart art. These things. Add-ins are for the application that needs to be used. Okay. But after that, in inserting the charts, the 3D maps, these spark lines, slicer and timeliners. So slicers and timelines will be used in the pivot table. Okay, pivot table, power pivot, in these kind of things, the slicers and timelines are basically used. Links. So basically, if you want to link any of your data external from this worksheet, so also you can link. If you want to add any comments or any text changes, text boxes, if you want to provide, if you want to add any symbols or equations, so you can enter any equations. So these are the things we will use. Like in draw, you have a multiple options of making the drawings. In page layout, basically we the main page setup part is the most important part, because here you need to select the margin, just because if you are working on this particular data and you wish to make a print, take a print out of it, so for that purpose what you need to do, you need to make changes, like how it should be printed, what type of data is being covered in this print, it will get printed or not, which part will be skipped, which part will be in the page number 1 and which part will be in the page number 2. So for that purpose, you need to select the margin, the orientation, the size of the particular page. So all these things are basically implemented. The most important part is like print titles. Print titles means basically, let's say there is a name, class, roll number, date, subject, something like that. Okay. Now you need to print all the data. You need to print all the data here. So you'll be printing it. You just press Control P. So here you are getting the headers. And in the page number 2, you are not getting the headers. You are not getting the headers. But what you want that the header is very important. Let's say I have copied this. So now you can say that, okay, let's see that for these headers, you can copy this and you can paste it here so that you can get the headers. But what if you want all these headers to be printed in all the pages? So for that purpose, what you will do, you will select the print titles. Like print titles will provide you that this particular row, for this row you can select in this column, and in this particular area, in this particular box, you can select the column to be repeated. So I just selected the row to be repeated and then I pressed OK. Now if you press Control P now, you can see that in every single page, the particular header, you can see the name, the class, the roll number, date and subject, because I have selected it to be printed in every single page. So every single page, this particular data is being printed, right? So basically what happens, let's say there is a data of the students and that is very big, that can't be printed on a single page. But the headers are required to be printed on every page. Now, that is why we used to select print titles. Okay. After that, print background. So by basically, if you want to print anything in your background of the page, so you can select a picture and add it. Okay, print area. So print area may you can select this particular area. Let's say if you want only this area to be printed, not the other data. So you'll select this area and you'll select as print area. So set print area. Now if we'll press the print command, only that area is printed, not the any and not any other data will get printed into this thing. Okay, so this is the thing, you need to set the print area so that which area will get printed, you get the facility of it. Okay. Now coming to the scaling part. So in the scaling, you can also provide the scale of that particular page, like what should be the height and width of the page. you want to see the grid lines or you don't want to see the grid lines, it's totally up to you. You want to print the grid lines, like let's say without ticking it, if you press the print command, you are seeing the plain page, right? But what you want the grid lines to be printed, so you will tick as print. So after that, what you'll do when you'll press print, so you can see that there are the columns and rows, their cells are formed available, right? So this is the way you can print the grid lines. After that, headings also, if you want the headings to be printed, so there will be the headings that will get printed. Headings in the sense the column name and the row numbers will get printed automatically. Okay. So this is the way you can change these things. Coming to the formula bar, so these are the different type of formulas, like financial functions are there, logical functions are there, text are there, date and time functions are there. So you'll be learning all these things manually. Okay, these are the formula auditing part. Okay, trace precedent or trace dependents are there. Okay, uses in formula. So if you want this particular areas to be used in formula or what, so these are the things you will be learning. Okay, in the data tab there will be an advanced filter, how to implement the filter, text to column would be there. Data validation would be one of the most important tools you need to learn, just because for validating the data, that there are some rules and regulations to be followed to enter a data, and is your data appropriate or not, so you will be learning it from there only. Okay, so these are the things you will be learning in your ribbons and tabs. After that ribbons and tabs, there is quick access toolbar. So what is quick access toolbar? Basically, this is known as quick access toolbar. Okay, so from here you can access your tools quickly. That is why this is known as quick access toolbar. Formula bar, this bar is known as formula bar because here, like your values, actual values, it means either you have provided a formula or you have provided a number, it will be showing. For example, let's say here I have provided 15 plus 14. So here it is showing 29, but when you go to the formula bar, it is showing the original value, that it's not actually 29. You have provided the sum of 15 and 14. So this is the difference of the formula bar. Okay, so formula bar will be showing the actual formula, that either you have written something or either it is a result of any formula implemented. Okay, so that is the formula bar. Okay, now coming to this name bar. So basically this is the name bar. Here you can see that this is the name bar. Here it shows the name of that particular workbook. If I need to save it, then I need to give it a name. So this is the name bar, and after that this is the status bar. So basically this is the status bar that is showing the status of this particular sheet. It is ready to use or something like that. Okay, this is the thing. These are the page view buttons in the right side in the bottom section. These are the page view buttons. This is a normal view. This is the page layout. Page layout basically means what? This is the view in which if you will be printing it out, getting a print of it, so how it will be showing you. And after that, this is the web page. So basically this is the page break view. So now it is showing that how you will get printed. So this is the page from where it got broke. So basically this data will get printed after the break. And why this particular data is being selected here? Because I have selected that this is the only printable area. That is why it is showing like this. Okay. From here, I'll like clear the print area, then this particular whole data will become the printable area, and then it is showing that this will be the page 1, then 2, then 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so these are the things that are being shown. Now after that, there are keyboard shortcuts and navigation while using large data. So keyboard shortcuts, what? So basically you can use your control and shift button. First, the most important thing is to use your arrow keys. Okay, arrow keys for going right, left, downward and upward. Okay, so these are the arrow keys you use. Basically, along with that, if you use with control, so it will give you a better and a faster movement. Like with control, if you press down, so if it will come down directly to the similar type of range. So basically, whenever you select control, now with control, whenever you will be going with the arrow keys, so it will be providing you a movement in the similar range. It will provide you a movement in the similar range. Like if you are on a written data, so with control and one single key press, it can basically reach you at the edge of that particular data. Okay, and if you use normally, so you can just go one by one, you can move it. Now if you press end, so it will provide you this along with the control end, so it will provide you it will basically move you to the end of this particular sheet, that where nothing is going to be printed beyond. Similarly, control plus page up and page down are being used for moving into sheets. So here you can see that if I need to move to sheet 1 to sheet 3 to sheet 4 to sheet 5, so for that purpose I need to use control plus page up or page down buttons. Okay, now coming to the shift part. Why then shift part is basically used? So shift part is used to select along with, like collectively. If I need to select class, roll number, data, and subject together, then I need to press shift and then I need to move towards rightward side. Okay, so that is why shift is basically used.